For the record, I'm going to pee as soon as we enter the air.
Well, we just entered the air and you just told everybody that, so good job.
Oh, well, fine.
So Dickhead here
guys,
just
yes,
told me,
I'm
just
peeing.
spoiled the fact that Shayna Baszler won the women's championship, or lost the women's championship to goddamn Rhea Ripley.
How did I spoil it? You weren't going to watch it anyway. But you weren't going to watch it anyway. Let's relax.
You just
Let's
said,
calm down.
hey, look, it's Rhea Ripley challenging Shayna Baszler for the title. You should watch this match.
And the fact that you didn't know it, oh my God, there's like 750 people in the ring right now.
The fact that I didn't know what?
The fact that you didn't know this match was happening ahead of time is embarrassing. Why wouldn't you?
Because I don't watch NXT anymore.
You don't need to watch NXT. You could. There's been so many internet trolls, and I can't tell you how many times.
I'm also not on Twitter all the time either.
I can't tell you how many times I got tweeted to watch this match.
Okay, well, if I did, I didn't see it. So.
Well, that's because you're dumb. Just saying. Anyway, Rhea Ripley is the new NXT Women's Champion.
Yeah, fuck that.
Beating Shane and my favorite, Shayna Baszler, who should have just held that title until she died at this point. Because there's been nobody better.
You know, I'm pretty pissed off at you right now, so I really want to disagree with you, but I can't.
All y'all, this is an AEW show, not an NXT show. Just in case anyone's wondering why we're actually here. The name Dynamite After Dark.
Yes, it is Dynamite After Dark. And this was a pretty darn good episode, actually. I mean, I know you've had other things going on, so you weren't able to pay as much attention to it as we would have liked to, but...
Dude, I recorded it, and if anything comes up that I didn't see, I will make sure to talk about it on Monday.
All right, let's start from the ending of the show, though.
Why could we not? That was the cheesiest, the most embarrassing, yet still the best ending I've seen on AEW so far.
Yeah, it was a great ending, but I wanted to cry when I watched SCU beat the Young Bucks. I am so tired of SCU.
And I get what you're saying, and the fact that they got at this point. The fact that they got the clean win over the Young Bucks was very disheartening, and not because of the last 2, maybe 3 years when everyone was talking about the Bucks being the best tag team in the world, and their little back and forth they had with Lucha Bros, going back and forth as who's the best tag team in the world. To watch them lose to SCU was very disheartening, but I think the shenanigans that happened afterwards is the part that really caught me off guard and made me even more upset. Now, I'm not going to lie, this was a great episode. From what I saw, there was a lot of story building. There was a lot of, outside of Britt Baker, there was a lot of goodness. But the ending had so much more potential than they gave it. They really should have let this Dark Order thing bleed out another couple of weeks, instead of unveiling it the way they did this week.
And I also feel like if they had done this to the Young Bucks while the Young Bucks were tag team champions, it would have meant more.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They should have let it bleed out a little more. To do it when they did it almost seemed forced, like they're trying to set up a new number one contender from a group of guys that we actually don't care about right now. Yes, their little promos have been great. The things they've done have been great. But they are not that tag team anymore. They needed to be built up. And right now, they were just thrown into the fire as the next number one contenders for this February 2nd. They announced the show. It was February. It was the second week of February, right?
What, the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Pay-per-view's on Leap Day.
You can't do that to me.
I can't do what to you?
Put it on Leap Day. How am I going to track this? Really, Cat? Get off the keyboard.
Leap Day is February 29th.
Right. So you can't have a show on February 29th.
Okay, explain this to me. Why can't you have a show on February 29th?
Because next year, when they do it on February 28th, I'm going to be disappointed.
Who says they're going to do it on... Who says it's going to be the last day of February every year?
Are you not the wrestling guy I knew you as?
Apparently not.
Are you going to tell me they will really have a show once every 4 years?
Well, no, but it could be like February 14th. It could be February 27th. It doesn't have to be the 28th or the 29th every time.
So have it the Valentine's Day show, not the leap year show. If anyone hasn't figured it out yet, I'm really trying to push his buttons because I missed the first hour of the show. I'm trying to get him started and aggravated so he can go off on a tangent and we can argue for the next 15 minutes and then we can fill this show because I had other shit going on and I missed the first hour, which I will watch and I'll comment on Monday.
Speaking of shit that pisses me off.
Life.
We weren't even
Cheerios
into the show when JR once
Baguettes.
again said...
Wait.
JR once again said... The Lucha Brothers are the
Dude,
fourth
you
best
need
tag
to let
team in
this
all
go.
of AEW.
You need to let that go.
There's like 8 tag teams in AEW. How could it be
There's
all
9.
of AEW?
Come on. There's 9. Maybe 10. Cat, get off my keyboard. Holy crap. I don't want to look at that. My cat is controlling my keyboard. So if we hang up, it's not my fault.
I don't care. You're the one stupid enough to get a fucking cat in the first place.
But she's so cute.
No.
She only wakes me up 4 times. She's an alien. It's not a cat. Get it right.
She destroyed your Christmas tree on Monday night.
And by the way, it's still laying there.
Now she's trying to destroy your laptop.
Well, she's winning.
Yeah, because she's a cat. Cats always win.
Because they're so cute. Why? Have you seen cats?
Yes.
You know what the beauty
I haven't
is?
seen the play cats, but I've seen cats.
You know,
a cat in my life, yes.
You know what the beauty of having a cat is?
No.
I don't have to let it out.
You know, you got rid of the crazy cat lady a few months ago, and now you're back to.
Oh, speaking of which, the crazy cat lady has been causing the drama that made me miss the first hour.
Oh, I'm so surprised by that.
Oh, shut up! All right, hey, Cat, if you bet on that, I'm gonna beat your ass.
If you bet on it?
What? She's on DraftKings. Get off my keyboard, bitch.
No, she's not on DraftKings. You're on DraftKings.
No, the cat's on DraftKings.
You should not be teaching your cat how to gamble.
No, the cat should not gamble.
Especially not on football or hockey. Are you kidding me?
Cat just bet a lot of money.
Good.
Everyone listening, cross your fingers for the cat, because the cat just bet a lot of money.
Wow.
The cat's livelihood and cat food depends on you crossing your fingers at this point. Stay off my keyboard, you little bitch.
So you missed the first hour of the show?
Well, no, I saw parts of it, and there's a few things that I enjoyed, like the whole Hangman Page Kenny implosion. But unfortunately,
that's good.
Yeah, I did miss a lot of the first hour because I had drama happening.
You had drama happening.
Dude, you and I talked about it before.
Yeah.
The show even started. It imploded after that.
Yeah, but like, was it happening at your house, or were you like on Facebook when you should have been watching wrestling?
It wasn't Facebook.
Snapchat, Twitter.
There might have been technology
Instagram.
involved in all of this. I'm not going to lie. There could have been a little technology involved.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't on purpose. I was trying. I even told these people I'm watching wrestling. Leave me alone. You know what that did? Nothing.
Well, did you have to respond?
Stop being logical and shit.
See, I'm one of these people that like, if somebody calls me or somebody's knocking at my door and I don't want to answer my door or answer the phone, guess what I don't do? I don't answer it.
Yeah, I get it. I may have...
Last night when you sent me like 18 texts in a row, I didn't answer.
Dude, and I was using you as a diction. I was using you as like a diary at that point, and I even told you that. Yeah. I'm like, I'm just texting you this shit so I remember it.
I know, but my point is...
I cannot wait to talk about that show. I'm not going to lie. That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Start to finish, one of the greatest things I've ever seen. This show's going on.
I don't even know where to go from here.
Now you're where I am like 16 times a Monday. Anyway, AEW, let's talk about it.
Yeah, I've been trying to. Kind of.
Sorry, folks. That was kind of... I will have more insight on AEW on Monday.
Yeah, you've said that like 18 times now.
Right, and I'm hoping somebody listens to me.
Who?
You.
Okay.
You're not going to, are you?
Is it that obvious?
You're a dick.
So I was wondering if Hangman was going to show up at the end and join the Dark Order. I'm kind of glad he didn't though, because I really want him to be
his own self,
on his own, and not be part of a stable.
And that was the same thing I thought of. The way they played it off with him kind of having the... I don't want to call it a split, because it was just really a disagreement between him and Page. I never really felt like they built up... Yeah, I'm sorry, Omega. I never really felt like they built up that team to the point where they should be turning yet.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does. I mean, especially when they're one of the best teams in all of AEW.
Right. And the fact that they are kind of almost turning them now really seems forced. Like, I think they should have built this team up a little bit more to be partners and tease the dissension a little bit like they did last week, where then, okay, Paige stole the victory, but Kenny's like, whatever. We got the winners. We got the winner's purse. They should have ran with that a little bit longer than to have the dissension that they had tonight. And then to tease Paige coming down, joining the Dark Order, was frustrating to the point where, like you said, I did not want him joining a stable. I want him to be his own man. I want him to... They
didn't really tease it. They just, there was this possibility was out there, and it didn't happen.
Well, the fact that they called out that Kenny was there and Paige wasn't was teasing enough.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's simply the fact that Paige has said he wasn't going to be part of the Elite anymore. So why would he go out there and help the Elite?
But regardless, how about that V-trigger on whoever that unnamed guy was when Kenny first ran down there?
That's pretty awesome.
That was probably the best V-trigger I've seen in a long time. Like, he knocked that dude out.
Yeah, he did. I'm not sure you're right about the Dark Order being top contenders for the tag titles, because I think they're probably going to be feuding with the Young Bucks right now.
You think so?
Yeah. Because he was mad at the end that he was like wiping the blood on. It wasn't one of the tag champs.
Okay, and JR, seriously, at this point in wrestling, stop saying, please turn the camera away from this. Really? We all know what blood looks like, and we haven't seen it in a fucking decade because of the PG rating.
How about just JR doesn't say anything anymore about anything?
Yeah, he was kind of brutal tonight. The little bit that I did hear of him, he was not good.
You know, there was part where, first of all, he called Butcher Blade.
Yeah.
And
I did catch that one of the few times I was able to actually fucking watch the first hour.
I mean, it's not like the Butcher has a butcher knife on his trunks or anything.
No, and it's not like it doesn't.
And Blade has Blade on his trunks. So.
It doesn't. It's not like it says Butcher on his trunks.
And then with Jack Perry, he's like, Gentleman Jack Perry or Jungle Boy Jack Perry or Jungle Boy, whatever you want to call him. No, he's Jungle Boy.
He's not gentleman. There is no
gentleman.
No
first of all,
no.
Secondly, you know, he doesn't go by his name. He goes by Jungle Boy. So let him just fucking be Jungle Boy. Why do you have to add his name in there?
That's one thing I've been thinking about for the last couple of weeks is why does he continually call him Jack Perry?
Yeah, I have no idea.
He's never gone by Jack Perry ever. In fact, if he's going to do that, shouldn't he like look up whatever Pentagon Dark's real name is and call him, you know, Pentagon Dark Jose Reyes or whatever the fuck? Oh, speaking of which, and I'm sorry to cut you off here, but I was on Snapchat earlier, and they were talking about unmasking wrestlers and who they really were, and it was kind of cool because they showed, you know, when Ray Phoenix or Mysterio had his little fucking horns that he had in WCW, and you know they showed Hoovy and they showed Kane and all this stuff. Then they showed Pentagon Jr. supposedly unmasked, and the unmasked version was Sami Callihan. They were trying to make us believe that Pentagon Jr. is actually Sami Callihan.
Doubtful.
It made me angry to a point where I have not been in a long time.
You talk to me every week.
Like I'm saying, to be that angry at something that did not involve you. It was maddening. Anyway, back to reality here. Opening match.
You're talking about reality. You're talking about wrestling. What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about reality.
That's stupid. Reality sucks.
Have I mentioned how much I loved Impact? Sorry, guys. I didn't watch the first hour. We all know this, but I got to
I honestly really liked this show. It's just that, you know, the thing that, you know, the ending of it was kind of like took everything over for me.
Well, and the parts I watched, I really did enjoy. I loved that first match. I loved the way that first match ended. I loved a couple of different things throughout it, and the ending or that last match, the main event, I thought was great. I really, really enjoyed the way that SCU performed against the Bucks, and the fact that you could.
Yeah, me too.
Shut up! I'm talking here. The fact that it did annoy me a little bit because you could really see the Bucks taking a step back to let SCU look better than to look like they were on the same level. And it was a little annoying from a guy who watches these performers and is invested the way I am. And Frankie Kazarian is one of my still, at this point, he's what, 42, 43? Was still one of my best favorite performers of all time. But to watch him take that step back against the Bucks and to have the Bucks put him over was disheartening on my end. But I can see how as the common wrestling, or I don't want to say common, but as a casual wrestling fan, to see SCU go over the Bucks with a clean win, that did great things for the AEW title.
I suppose, but I mean, did they really have to make it almost like the Bucks were getting squashed by them?
It really was bad, wasn't it? they really did.
It was a completely dominant win by AEW. I mean, both the Bucks were knocked out, and they hit their finisher in a really anticlimactic way to win it. And I mean, it was just, I don't know.
And then the clean victory.
It didn't feel like the Bucks were close to winning that match.
Well, and then the clean victory like that.
Yeah.
It seemed almost, and it makes me sad because, like I said, I like Scorpio Sky. I really do. I think Frankie Kazarian has gotten so much better than he was in the mid 2000s to now. It's like you're not even watching the same guy. But when we saw them in the ring tonight against the Bucks, even though the Bucks were clearly jobbing for them, you could definitely see the charisma difference, the athletic difference. It looked like the Bucks were in there against the Rock and Roll Express, which is sad to say because I think both Frankie and Scorpio Sky have done great things, and I know you disagree with Scorpio Sky, but seriously, it looked like they were in there with a team that was like 25, 30 years older than them.
I was actually about to say that, before you said that I thought Scorpio Sky did impress me tonight. He did some cool stuff that I really enjoyed. Like I really liked the snap on his TKO.
Yeah.
I thought that springboard Hurricane Karana onto the apron where he pulled Nick off the apron with that Hurricane Karana was awesome. And then that bump he took from the apron to the floor where it looked like he flew 15 feet back from the apron backwards was awesome.
But I want to see him in a match where the entire thing is competitive doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you were impressed with that, but when you look back at it, and if you watch this match again, he was not on the same level. So his big bumps like that looked a lot more impressive because it was like the one or two big things he did. Where you're
hilarious, dude. Like I'm finally giving Scorpio Sky some credit, and you're like, yeah, but
no, I'm being a realist, and I've always been that way. It's like I'll give these guys credit when they deserve it, and I'll dog them when they don't. And tonight, as much as I love, and I've said it now 3 times, as much as I love SCU, as much as I have loved Scorpio Sky since was it 2 years ago when he joined SCU?
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
And as much as I've loved him since then, tonight, even though he had those big moments, and even though he looked good, we're like 11 weeks into Dynamite. He did not look as great as he's looked for the last 11 weeks. He looked like this.
This is the first time I've seen him look great.
Right, but you have to realize you're watching him look great against a... God, I hate to say it because it was the Bucks, but it was a background that wasn't spectacular. It's like when you look at Scorpio Sky, he has always performed against teams that were better than him, teams that outshone him. I never felt like this entire match that the Bucks were outshining SCU. They had their little run in the middle. They had their little bit where they were on top and they were outperforming. But when you look at this match as a whole, did they ever one time outshine SCU?
No.
So when you think about it that way, this is really the first time we have seen Scorpio Sky be the highlight of a match. He's been great. He's done his great things. He's been that top performer. But in all reality, every match, there's always been somebody who has shone a little brighter or on his level. This is the first time that we've actually seen Scorpio Sky outperform everybody in the match.
And why is that a problem?
It's not a problem. I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm just saying that could be why you're looking at him going, oh yeah, it's the first time I've really liked him. Well, yeah, because he outshone everybody.
No, I told you specifically what I liked about what he did.
Yeah. But those same things he's done before, but there's always been that one person or those two people that have been better than him.
No, those same things he's done before, except for he's done them a lot more sloppy and he wasn't crisp on them. Tonight, he was dead on with everything.
God, I love you.
Why?
Because you can take any argument ever and turn it.
Right, because what have I been saying? I've been saying that he's overrated. That
right.
You know, he's athletic, but
right.
But he's also sloppy. And
right.
I don't get why people think he's so talented. Now tonight, he finally is putting things together where he actually looks like he knows what he's doing out there.
But listen to me, and what I'm saying, and I'll pee in your Cheerios tomorrow, I promise. But you need to listen. He is. I didn't see a different Scorpio Sky than I've seen for 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 years. Same Scorpio Sky. The difference is the level of the competition, the level of what he was up against was not the same. So he looked better than normal because he wasn't up against that top-notch, top-flight stuff. When I watched this and I saw this, I saw the same SCU I've seen for 2 years. I saw the same Scorpio Sky, the same guy doing the same moves that I've seen for the last couple of years. But what I also saw was the Bucks taking about 3 to maybe 4 steps back. This was not the same Young Bucks we are accustomed to. They missed spots. They were sloppy. They did not have the same crispness and the same drive that we normally see out of the Young Bucks. It was almost like they played down to the level. Because let's face it, the Bucks and SCU, no comparison. The Bucks are that much better. But tonight, they kind of played down to that level. And that's what I saw. And because they played down to that level, it made Scorpio Sky look like a fucking world beater. And I'm a big fan of Scorpio Sky, and I have been since his masked indie days. When he was performing in front of fucking 200 fans at in Hollywood. He was the same Scorpio Sky he always is. But the Bucks put him over so much more, and give that credit to the Bucks. They are that great of a team that they're able to step back, take it all back, and just say, all right, you guys shine. You're the champs. You guys shine. I actually had more respect out of the Bucks tonight.
For a second here because you literally have been saying, and I don't want to be a dick about this, but I'm going to be, because you've literally been saying the Bucks were awful. That made Scorpio Sky look better. And I was saying he was crisper than I've ever seen him. He had better timing than I've seen him.
Right.
Exactly. He had better timing than I've seen him, and he was less sloppy than I've ever seen him. How does that jibe with the Bucks taking a step back and being worse? If you're against a worse opponent that's not doing as good of a job, you're not going to look as crisp, and you're not going to be doing things less sloppy and have better timing.
Okay. Hulk Hogan versus Zeus.
Who the hell's Hulk Hogan?
Shut up. I'm just saying, when you put it's weird because I'm actually giving credit to the Bucks for being able to look as really, Cat, stop pulling. Stop. I'm going to fuck you up. Liver punch. It's coming.
Hey,
Get
Jeff.
down.
Hey, Jeff.
What?
Nail that pussy, dude. Nail that pussy.
It's the only pussy I have in this house, so I might as well. Stay away from my cord, bitch. Shut up. Really? Stop. Okay, you are sleeping on the couch tonight.
No, I'm sleeping in bed with my wife.
No. The pussy is. Huh? I don't even care at this point. Get away. Away from my cord. The best thing I ever did was get a cat. So much greatness to this show because of this cat. Anyway, I felt like the Bucks. It's kind of an odd situation because I felt like they underperformed.
It's an odd situation because I praised the Scorpio Sky for the first time in the history of life, and you're like, nah, he wasn't that good tonight.
Hey, I got a pussy playing with my jumper right now. Hold on.
It's just ridiculous. I never thought that I give Scorpio Sky credit and he'd be like, nah, I don't think so. He's just not that good anymore.
No, I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
You got to admit, it's something you never would have expected. Is that I'm sitting here giving Scorpio Sky credit, and you're like, yeah, he wasn't as good as usual.
No, I'm not. I didn't say that. I think he was.
You did.
Usual. No, I think he was what he is. And I felt the same thing about Frankie Kazarian. And I'm a huge fan of Frankie. I've been a huge fan of him since that moment back in the mid-2000s when he actually left TNA and went and joined NXT for like a hiccup and realized that they wanted him to cut his hair. And then he came back to TNA and then cut his hair. And it was, I've been a huge Frankie fan forever. And I've liked Scorpio for a long, long time since his... Seriously? Stop chewing on my cord. Stop.
Dude. You
Bad
realize
kid.
that I've been a big fan of Frankie Kazarian for years as well, right?
Well, yeah. I do. I know that. Okay. I'm just saying that there are times when, as great as a performer is, the best thing they can ever do is put over the other guy. And I felt like tonight, that's what the Bucks did. The reason why you are loving what Frankie did is not so much that Frankie was different, or I'm sorry, Scorpio Sky did, is really let go of my cord, you little whore.
Okay, throw the cat outside.
Bad kitty.
Be like Fred Flintstone, throw the cat outside.
No, because he'll come back and he'll be like mean.
Well, he's being irritating and annoying the shit out of me and our audience right now. So, do something to get.
Oh, they love it. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. When you look at what Scorpio and Frankie did, they did what they are. They didn't outperform themselves.
They did what they are. What the hell does that even mean?
I'm explaining it, you douche.
Yeah, I'm the douche.
Shut up. Leave my kitty out of this.
I finally am giving Scorpio Sky credit, and you're like, no, asshole, this is how he always is. You're an idiot.
No, and I'm saying that. He was
I know, you're pointing here. I finally agree with you for once, and now you're making me trying to make me feel like a dick about it.
Because, well, you're a dick. It's not like I'm trying
I am, but
here.
not in this situation, I'm not.
No, you're a dick. I'm just saying, you're the guy
with your dick because you got a pussy so close to you for once.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of cute and scratching at my shit right now.
Look,
leave my
let's
kitty
get off this topic. My point is, Scorpio Sky was better tonight than I've ever seen him. And you don't want to.
It's all relative. It's all relative.
You're all pissy because I like Scorpio Sky for once, and that I ruined our bit. But I mean, God, seriously.
Hey, if you want a new bit, my pussy is biting the microphone right now.
Is that what they call it these days?
Maybe.
Damn.
Ow, you little shit. All right, fine. Go play over there.
Yeah, over there better be outside.
No, it's with the tree. That's still laying on the floor, by the way, because I haven't picked it up yet. Like, if you're going to knock that shit over, I'm just going to leave it there.
Yeah. Now you're like, you better pick up your mess, you stupid cat.
Not till Christmas Eve. I ain't picking that stuff up every night. Anyway, are we going to actually talk about AEW tonight?
We've been talking about AEW. We were arguing about Scorpio Sky being great, and I finally said he was great, and you said no. Nah, dude, he sucks now.
But the problem, I didn't say he sucks now. I just said you're wrong.
Yeah, which is clearly a fallacy.
Since when?
March 4th, 1975.
I don't believe that. I feel like that is a misnomer.
No, that is my actual birth date.
I know, but it's still a misnomer. Holy shit. I told you we could get a show out of this. Oh, by the way, guys, 15 minutes before he's like, you didn't watch anything? Do you want to do a show? It's us. Come on.
No, that's not why I asked. It was because of what was going on with you that I asked.
Oh, I have a pussy running around my living room chasing balls that are not mine.
Well, yeah, but if you hadn't tapped another pussy, you wouldn't be in the situation that you're in right now.
I don't even know how to respond to that. And the fact that you're going to Chicago a week before me. I actually told your wife I'm going to pull a Kenny this year.
Pull a what?
Was it Kenny last year that showed up like 20 minutes after the show started and just did yippee for the 90% of it?
Are you talking about the guy that I went with?
Yeah.
No, his name is Kevin.
Kevin, regardless,
close
some
enough.
K guy.
I wish I'd gone with Kenny. Or Klaus or any other goddamn K name.
Come on, I'm going to show up 15 minutes after the show starts. I'm going to wander to my seat because I can't find it without you.
And you know what, dude? Seriously, I mean, it's your fault you're going to Chicago a week after me. You can go to Chicago the same time we go.
Yeah, but I can't afford $300 to see bands I've seen 150 times already.
Yeah, I didn't say you had to go to the concert. I said you could still go to Chicago the same time we're going to Chicago, is what I said.
And sit and wait. Where are we going to stay? We haven't talked about that.
I was thinking about it in a hotel.
Don't make me ass kick you. I mean, that's obvious. Are we going to stay in a real hotel?
We were looking at possibly like a Super 8.
Really? A Super 8?
Yeah.
At least in Chicago.
Huh?
At least in Chicago?
Yeah.
Not a suburb.
Actually, no, it was in, I'd have to ask. I can't think of the name, but no, it's not right in Chicago. It is a suburb.
Which suburb?
I just told you I can't remember which one right now.
That's not my problem. Because
Arlington Heights.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know that place.
Okay.
Dude, I might come down for the week.
Cool.
You can do the concert. That place has an amazing hot tub. If I'm thinking of the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that. You guys go to your little concert with your little 80s bands.
And you can go down to the hot tub with your pussy.
I'd probably get more pussy going to the hot tub. I'm just saying. That might work out. And then I can stay the week. We can do the... All right, I'm kind of digging this now.
Yeah. And you can even hang out with our dogs in the hotel room.
And we're looking at, what, August?
Yeah, the concert's August 28th.
Okay, this could work. Because I got another vacation planned in April, August. Yeah, we could do this. All right. So, me in the hotel room with the dogs and hot chicks in the hot tub. You watching what were great 80s bands in the 80s.
And they weren't $300 a ticket anyway. They were $249 a ticket.
Oh, my God. I don't know what to say right now. What is wrong with you? Anyway, do you have any more on this show? Because my battery's running low and...
Battery running low on what, your vibrator?
Leave my vibrator out of this.
No, I wanted to talk about the women's match a little bit.
Okay. No, do we have to? Come on.
Well, I just don't understand it because it's like...
No, we don't. We never understand it. It's always Britt Baker. We hate this. No, I'm not talking. No, I'm not talking about this. Go ahead.
So
I'm not doing.
Shida beats Britt Baker in a number one contenders match, right? So she becomes.
I don't know what you're talking about. Don't even say right. I have no clue what you're talking about. I'm not talking about this.
Don't be a dick.
No, I'm serious. I hate this shit.
Yeah.
Ah, you got all upset there. I saw that.
So Hikaru Shida beats Britt Baker to be the number one contender for the women's championship. And then she loses a match against, I can't think, what the hell is that blonde chick's name? You're not helping.
I'm not acknowledging.
Why?
Because it's Britt Baker. I am so sick of Britt Baker getting any kind of love, any kind of attention, any kind of anything above the other women in this division that deserve it more. Riho, Allie, what's going on with Brandy and her whole weird little shaving hair shit? Every bit of it deserves more than Britt Baker. But yet, we have a Britt Baker match every single week. I'm done. I won't talk about her anymore. Plain and simple.
Okay, so Chris Statlander is the one.
Okay, I like her, by the way.
So she beat Hikaru Shida like 2 weeks ago, and Shida was number one contender. Number one contender because she beat Britt fucking Baker, right? So then Chris Statlander beats her and moves into the number 2 spot. Britt Baker moves to number 1, and she moves down to number 3. What sense does that make?
Right.
So that's what I didn't understand, why Baker was wrestling for a title shot tonight. First of all, we already saw her lose to Riho. And secondly, how did she jump from number 3 to number 1? Or number 2 to number 1 just because Shida lost to somebody else? And Shida drops down 2 spots? I really don't understand.
You know what I just heard?
Your pussy purr? I have no idea.
A Charlie Brown teacher.
Oh, okay.
I literally just heard wah 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 wah.
Well, I'm glad they did bring Brandy down at the end of that match, though, or once the match was over, and what the hell's her name again? I just lost her name again.
Statlander.
I was about to say Brittlander. So Statlander, wins the match, gets the title shot against Riho, and then Brandy comes down there and punks her along with her
little swarm of
whatever that stable is.
The Straight Edge Society.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And
because that's literally what
cool, because now Brandy's kind of starting a feud against the number 1 contender for the women's championship.
And I like that, and I really like Statlander. Really like her. A lot. But the fact that this company continues to push Britt Baker the way they do turns me off of every single match she's in. I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens during the match or after the match. My TV goes on mute. I go out and smoke as soon as I see Britt Baker in that match.
Yeah. I felt the same way. I grabbed my phone and started playing Words with Friends instead of watching them.
And I seriously, I really like Statlander. I think she's got a great look. I think she's got a great personality. And I'm starting to buy into this whole Brandy Rhodes straight edge society thing that she's doing. But the second I saw Britt Baker, I was done. I didn't care. I didn't care about any of it. I was done. I'm outside smoking. I'm cooking a pizza. I don't care. Just because Britt Baker has annoyed me that much.
That makes sense. I just wanted to point out that what I thought was a discrepancy. Like I would have much rather seen a rematch between Statlander and Sheeta than see the match we saw tonight.
Oh, the only
and it would have made a lot more sense to me.
And I agree with that. But that brought up the other one that I can't stand and will walk away from my life to avoid is whoever that chick is that's wearing the fucking Mercury mustache. The one that come. What is her name?
I can't think of her name either, but yeah.
But you know who I'm talking about. The one that comes out. Yeah. That might have been an understatement.
I enjoy her. I think she's a really good heel, honestly.
No, she's awful. No, I can't.
She's not.
No, the Freddie Mercury mustache. The second I see it, I shut my TV off. I don't care. I shut it off. It's worse than a Britt Baker match.
Jeff, I'm sorry that you can't handle that. Your love for Freddie Mercury is being lived by a woman, but you know Freddie's been dead for quite a while. It's okay. You can put it aside.
She is coming out to fat bottom girls because she is a fat bottom girl.
She is.
I don't want to hear it. No, and I'm sorry. I loved Britt Baker when she was in Ring of Honor. I loved her in her stint in Impact. I think Britt Baker, for the place she is at in wrestling, is an amazing talent. She has potential, and someday I think she could be one of the best. That day is not now. And what pisses me off about Britt Baker is no matter where she is, she gets thrown into the upper echelon of everybody. She has talent. She has an amazing ability to sell everything that happens in the match, and I really do like her finisher. I think her finisher is one of the best women's finishers I've seen since Trish. But she has this ability right now in her current living of wrestling to not be okay, I'm going to kill this cat.
Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you. I mean, we talked about her before. You know, and she's, you know, it's kind of the same way I felt about Scorpio Sky a few weeks ago when he was getting the world title shot against Chris Jericho, and it's worse than what I felt about Shawn Spears. You know, because at least Spears is now like in a tag team situation. He's been kind of in the mid card, but Baker is always like right either like the top number one contender or she's always prominent, and she's been on almost every single show they've done. And yeah, I mean, I really don't get the fascination with her. Yes, she has some talent, but she needs seasoning, and she's in too high of a spot for the level of ability that she has right now. Not the level of talent that she has, but the level of overall package ability that she has.
And I agree with you 100%. I think she has the talent. I think her moveset, the way that she sells, her crispness in the ring is all there. It's just the fact that she cannot pull all of that together at one point. Like, she is not at that level that they're pushing her right now. She can put on good matches. She can sell for anybody. She can dominate for anybody. She can put on the matches where she is the superstar. She can put on the matches where she is the underdog. The problem is she can't put them all on together. She cannot be the face that takes the beating throughout the match and then is able to put on that amazing comeback. And in the same respect, she can't play the upper hand that is taking control of the match throughout and able to actually put it on the great finish at the end. She's just not there yet. And that could be because she's only 3, maybe 4 years in the business?
Something like that, yeah.
You know, I mean,
I want to say it's 3.
She has more potential than any woman I've seen since Shayna Baszler. She has that potential. She just doesn't get it all together yet. And that's going to come with seasoning. And right now they're positioning her as this woman that can put it all together. And she just can't. She can't.
She can, and she will. But not right now.
Yeah, in time she will. In time, Britt Baker is going to be one of the best ever. But right now, she just can't do it. And I hope they realize that. I hope they can put her in that position to where she will be able to before it ruins her career.
Yeah, I mean, I would, you know, I don't like football very much, but I would compare her to like a like a rookie quarterback who gets thrown in there with a poor offensive line,
right,
and ends up getting, you know, sacked and concussed, and then he's out for the rest of the season. You know, it's kind of like that situation where, you know, they're putting her in too high of a spot for herself, and to me, it's hurting her career much more than it's helping her career.
And the fact that you just said that makes me bring it back to a guy named David Carr. He was a number 1 overall draft pick. He had all the tools. Right? No, it was the Houston Texans. No, Texans.
Okay. All right, I was close.
But he was a number 1 overall draft pick. Shut the fuck up. He was a number 1 overall draft pick. He came into a situation that would not.
We do have cars in Texas.
Ouch. He came into a situation where he could not
like from Jersey
succeed.
Shore?
You know what? I'm done. Nope. I'm done. All right, Kitty, take me to bed. We're done.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm done. Nope, done.
All right. Well,
done.
Well, that's fine. You can be done with that analogy, but I'm also going to say that Rey Fenix continues to be one of the most exciting wrestlers in the world, one of my favorite wrestlers in the world to watch, and every week he does something else better than what he'd done before.
I will agree with that. And to our 3.5 fans, they didn't care what I was saying about football anyway. You want to hear about football? Check out my personal Twitter, and that's at Regi Co-op. You can check him out at ZammanLOP.
What's the cat's Twitter account? Because since the cat was the one betting on your football shit tonight.
This cat tonight, if this cat wins, the cat's Twitter account will be at shithead.com.
Okay.
What the fuck are you doing over there?
I was putting a pan away, actually.
In the dishwasher?
No, No, I don't have a dishwasher.
You were sexually abusing that pan, weren't you?
No, I was putting
that was a lot of noise. That was a lot of noise for just putting a pan away.
I was putting it on the top of my cupboard.
Between your underwear drawer.
Does anyone even say cupboard anymore?
What? What's a cupboard? Anyway, stop distracting me.
You're giving the social media bullshit.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, it counts.
Well, bullshit is more accurate. I'm at Regi Co-op. He is at ZanmanLOP. Best way to get to us is #DAD, KOH, Days for Dynamite After Dark, which I will have up here in the next half hour or so. And KOH, hashtag KOH, is for Kingdom of Honor. That's our Monday show, which Shane will tell you about in a bit. The other great thing we have going on here is our Patreon page. This is something that is a must-have for anybody that listens to us, because you can help us out by donating, and we can give you great content like our $10 tier, which you want to tell them what we're going to do next?
Yes, we are going to do Ring of Honor.
And we're going to start in 2011. The beauty about us starting 2011 is that is the rise of the Bucks. That's when Jay Lethal had his best run in Ring of Honor. We had some comeback from Austin Aries. We had a little bit of Samoa Joe in there. AJ Styles made his return during this time. So we're going to start with the 2011 anniversary show.
Wait. It's also the rise of the American Wolves.
Yes, it is.
And it's and we're going to start with the anniversary show, which is right after Kevin Steen has lost a loser leaves ROH match to El Generico, who if you're a more modern fan, you know as Sami Zayn now.
So we're going to start that.
2011, we're going to see how Kevin Steen tries to make his return to that company.
So we're going to start with 2011. And I know it's not back to the golden days of Ring of Honor, but anyone who's listened to our last Kingdom of Honor show knows we have a limited time with the Ring of Honor app because, yeah. So we're going to start with that. We're going to run down those pay-per-views, and we are going to put them up on our Patreon page. It's www.patreon.com/Kingdom of Honor. You can get my articles that I've written throughout the years, not just on blog posts, but also on the different websites I've written them on. That is a very, very small donation. You can get our archives, which go back to 2014? And all the different ways we have tried to do this show before we've settled on this greatness that you're hearing right now. And then
Angle Radio.
Exactly. And then you
like Jeff's going to mingle his pussy in a few minutes.
I am not. That poor kitty. Did you realize the look she just gave me?
You said you were going to kill her.
Yeah, but not like that. I'm just going to Poor kitty. Anyway, our $10 tier, that's the top one. Because that one... Okay, I might, because the cat just bit me. Like, literally just bit me. Bad kitty.
That's because we're trying to mingle it.
I
told you to leave that cat alone.
You brought up the mangling, and the kitty is retaliating. Anyway, $10 tier. That's the one where you get the best. Anything you donate on Patreon, it helps us pay for our subscriptions to all of the... Jesus, how many do we have now? It's like 6, 7?
Yeah, something like that.
That we're going to keep. We're probably subscribed to like 12 or 13 at this point. But it helps with our subscriptions. It helps with us just putting on the show that you like to listen to. And because we know you like to listen to this show, and you get up to that $10 tier and donate to us, we give you exclusive stuff. We talk about Marvel. We talk about TV shows going on. We talk about different pay-per-views from the past and our favorite wrestlers. And right now, like you and I just talked about, Shane, we're going to start tackling those Ring of Honor shows. And that you can get on our patreon.com/Kingdom of Honor. And the other one is our YouTube. Eventually, if we get enough subscribers, enough likes, enough listens, we will be able to go live on there. That's at youtube.com/Kingdom of Honor. I think I'm done. I might be done. Wait, are you still there? Do I need to touch my kitty?
I was on mute. I didn't realize I was on mute. Okay.
Do I need to touch my kitty more? I will.
Survey says...
If it brings you back to life, I will touch my kitty more.
All right. So everybody listening to this, go ahead and tweet whether you think Jeff should be touching his pussy more often. You can also listen to LOP radio shows on the Lords of Pain YouTube channel. Tomorrow night, catch Imp on Imp's LOP Radio Adventure. There we go. On Friday is The Right Side of the Pond. On Monday, we'll be with you talking about Impact on Kingdom of Honor, and like Jeff said, talking about Ring of Honor on our Patreon show. On Tuesday, the Global Revolution. On Wednesday, we'll be back with you for more Dynamite After Dark. Plus, there is Sports Entertainment is Dead, and you can also listen to today's episode of Sports Entertainment is Dead on demand here on Spreaker.com/Lords of Pain. Until next time.
Seriously, I am a huge fan of all of these shows. But if you get a chance to listen to anybody, Sports Entertainment is Dead is right on. You need to listen to that, and you need to listen to Imp. Those two are my two favorite shows at the moment. I can't stop listening to them. So be sure to, if you can check them out on LOP Radio, check them out on the YouTube channel, check them out on iTunes. What are some of the other places? We're all over the place, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty much any streaming service, any podcast or service that you have, you'll be able to find Lords of Pain Radio on it. And there's only about 6 weeks left of Sports Entertainment is Dead, so, listen to it now while you can.
Because it is one of my top, right now I'd say top 3 shows. There's Kingdom of Honor, there's Dynamite After Dark. All right, top 4, because Imp is a must-listen, and then Sports Entertainment is Dead.
Well, there you go. Right from the pussy horse's mouth.
Leave my pussy out of this.
I should try to more often.
I would hope so. It's getting sore.
That's all we've got. We'll try to do better next time. This is Shane saying long days, pleasant nights, and Jeff saying...
Thankfully, goodbye.
G1 Climax 27. Goodbye and good night.